Welcome back to the Cut the Film podcast. I'm your host, James. We have our regular co-host here, Richie. And we have our special guest today, Ruben. Ruben is actually a co-host with me on the Heroes and Mutants podcast.
Yep.
And he actually started off this podcast before we switched formats a little bit. So
Man, it's been a long time running.
Long time going. So how you doing today, man?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm actually excited to be back on this pod. Without a doubt.
I'm glad to have you back. We're glad to have you back.
Thank you, guys.
What you gentlemen been up to lately in the past week?
I mean, I've been binging, to be honest. I mean, what else can I do? Well, the new Lucifer season 5 came out. I've been a big fan of Lucifer since it first came out. Before it was on Netflix.
Lucifer.
It's
I figured it's something to do with
the way they portrayed it in the beginning, the first season. I'm pretty sure they stopped after the second season. The way they introduced it, it says, there was heaven and hell, and then it says one day the devil decides to take a vacation, and he's in LA, bro. He ends up in LA. Out of anywhere in the world, he ends up in LA. That's where his vacation's at. So that's just the way they introduced the whole first season. But basically, the moral of the series is he's a devil that grants people wishes. Basically, not wishes, but he gives them
He's like a genie.
In a form, some way, some form. But he basically tells them like, hey. He gives them a deal, basically. He gives them a deal, but that's not even the main factor. So the main factor is he teams up with a detective from the LAPD, and they solve crimes. So it's one of those detective kind of series, but you have a devil included into it.
Satan is solving crimes?
Just about. He's a good guy in some shape and form. He still has his devilish ways, but
so he's a
good guy.
Character.
Yeah, dude. It's
interesting.
It's interesting. I'll tell you that much. It's interesting.
I keep seeing that whenever I log on to Netflix, that the thumbnail for Lucifer.
Because it didn't start on Netflix. Just to point that out, it didn't. It didn't start off. It was on. It was on a TV series.
I thought it was on CW.
CW, yeah, it was a TV series on the CW.
I was saying WB.
It was on the CW, and it just. After season 4, I believe, they said, nah, you know what? We're just going to scrap it. That's it.
Netflix picked it up.
And Netflix picked it up. And if I'm not mistaken, there's still going to be... There was only 8 episodes in this 5th season, but it's only the first half of the 5th season.
Oh, so they're doing one of the...
Fox.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Not the CW. It was on Fox. I appreciate that.
That makes more sense because I'd have a hard time picturing like the CW putting out a show like that. But Fox, I could see definitely.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I understand why you say that because the CW does have supernatural shows, if I'm not mistaken.
Does it have reruns on the CW maybe?
I think they do, but like I associate the CW more with like
superheroes.
Not just superheroes, but like kind of teeny drama.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. Not to be insulting, but you get what I mean.
I feel
Lucifer didn't. That makes sense.
But yeah, so it started in the Fox, and then Netflix picked them up, and there's still a 6th season coming out, if I'm not mistaken, too. So
I'm gonna have to get on that. Then.
Yeah.
What about you, Richie? What you been up to?
I'm looking for something new to watch. I've just been watching that 70s show rerun.
It never gets old. Never gets old.
Waiting, Powers, the spinoff is coming, I think, next Sunday.
Already?
Yeah. It was actually supposed to come out there in December. But
that was pretty fast.
But Corona pushed that back. And
a lot of stuff.
I'm also watching Hard Knocks. I don't know if people...
I haven't kept up with that.
What's Hard Knocks?
LA one?
It's
the Rams?
Yeah. It's like a documentary series of football training camp. So they'll pick like a team every summer and they'll follow them around for their training camp during the summer. So this year it's
pretty cool.
The Rams and the Chargers.
The Rams and the
they're
Chargers.
both in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And they just record them and whatever going through. I'm not either fan of either team. So
I know I'm not. I'll just
the stadium looks nice though.
Oh yeah,
it's an interesting It's interesting the documentary series.
Yeah, I'm watching it every year. Well, the last like 4 years for sure. But I think it's been on since like 2000.
Yeah, it's been running for the longest.
It's on HBO.
It's been running for the longest.
Check it out. I've been binging mostly like a lot of horror movies that I missed in the past lately. I saw the original Ring, the Japanese version, Ringu, from 1998.
Damn, I actually haven't caught that one.
I'm not gonna lie. I think
The remake's better.
I think it might. I don't. I like the remake more, but I also think it's because I've known it for years, and I was getting excited because like the original ones are usually creepier, so I was getting ready to get scared. But I realized it's kind of hard to get scared when you know every story beat and everything that's going to happen. We already know what this twist is going to lead to. It opens up with the same kind of scene, so I was like, I could tell this is scary. The acting is good. Like it has good production value. It's just, I was like, if I had seen this first, I probably would have liked it more. I think made a mistake to see it.
Have you
20 years after the fact.
Right?
Have you seen Peninsula?
No, I haven't seen Peninsula.
You know what I'm talking about? The sequel to Train to Busan or Busan, whatever.
Oh no. Is that available in the US yet?
I don't know.
I don't think it's come out in the US. I think it's just coming. Have you seen Train to Busan?
No, I haven't. That sounds like this news to me right here.
No, it's a zombie.
It's a South Korean zombie movie that was like a big hit over there, and then when it came to the US, it became a big hit on streaming services.
I think it's still on Netflix. I'm not sure.
Train to Busan, I think it is.
That's why I saw.
I'm gonna catch that.
It's good action horror. It's exciting. It's fast paced.
Mostly takes place on a train.
Yeah, Train to Busan. So
Makes sense, yeah.
I do want to see it. I don't think it has a US release yet, though.
I don't know what I was looking at it. I don't know if it was getting as good ratings as
the original.
As the first one.
It's kind of hard to top when the original one was so unexpected too. I don't think anybody expected it to be that good.
A good movie, yeah.
Well, we have to get into some news here. The first thing we need to talk about is very sad news that we just found out about an hour before we started this podcast. Damn. Chadwick Boseman, the star of Black Panther, has passed away at age 43.
Yeah, I just got the chills.
Of colon cancer.
That sucks.
And this feels like it came to a shock to everybody because from what I understand, he wanted to keep it private, and nobody publicly was aware that he was battling colon cancer, what he was going through, and he was still filming movie roles during the years that he was battling the disease.
Imagine how painful that was too, dude.
I don't even want to think about how painful it was. This one really shocked me. It's one of the last things I would have expected. He's the Black Panther. Probably like, what is that? I think that's like the biggest superhero movie of like the past 5 years. Like the biggest moneymaker. It was like a big blockbuster.
Or not only that, especially just being an African American too. Him playing a major role.
The first major like
superhero.
Black superhero. Positive black superhero. Yes. Not anti-hero superhero like Blade or Spawn, but like the first real like black superhero. Yeah. I'm really sad about this news. 43 is really young to go.
Oh, yeah.
It really is, dude.
His career was on fire right now, and it seemed like his best work was still ahead of him.
I think he was at his peak right now, to be honest, or getting to his peak.
I want to say he probably had pretty close to it.
Yeah, dude.
He's doing everything.
And makes it, we've been talking about, actually, we've spoken about Chadwick Boseman quite frequently on this podcast. We've had a few discussions about him in his film. So he was in The Five Bloods earlier this year. The film was Spike Lee. Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to check that out, Ruben?
I liked that movie. I really did like that movie.
It was good. I feel like it's going to have kind of like a sad resonance when people watch it now because Chadwick Boseman is essentially playing a character who's already dead.
Yeah, that's freaking
He's playing
crazy.
A ghost. He's playing a memory. So when you go back and watch it, it's probably his scenes, I think, are going to have a different effect. And I think you could tell during the movie that
he
lost weight too.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I noticed it too.
Yeah, I think like in pictures
prior to him filming,
like he was skinnier, but you probably just thought it was for like a role.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when I saw those first photos when he did slim down or he looked super skinny. I was like, and then there was news about it where it was like, is he okay? People or fans, a lot of fans were questioning like, are you okay? Are you healthy and this and that? And he played it off like, yeah, it's cool, like it's just for an upcoming role. And then, sure enough...
It's believable, too.
Yeah, exactly. Sure enough, at first you would want to question it, right? Like, okay, well, what film? What role? And then, sure enough, Spike Lee's over here, promoting The Five Bloods. And he's not the main character, but he's the face of the movie, if you think about it. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it was believable. Like, okay, he's doing it for a role. But I still had questions about it. I was like, nah, dude, this too slim. I know you're playing like an old vet in the film, Vietnam role, but it's like, no, that's still too slim for the way I just seen you in the Black Panther film. I I was always concerned about that.
Yeah. Even in 21 Bridges, too.
You know, I still haven't caught that movie. Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. Either.
I really liked him in 42. The movie about Jackie Robinson. And from everything I hear, his best role or his best acting role was in the James Brown film. Is that correct?
I really liked him.
I really liked him in that film.
Get On Up, I think it was called.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he did a really good job in that.
He portrayed that role so well.
Mm-hmm. Get On Up, yes.
He even had the dance moves and all that down, dude.
That's really sad. I mean,
he had range, bro. He had range, dude.
He was on the set. Well, he was aware that he was making the Five Bloods. He was filming his parts in between trips for chemotherapy and all that. And I'm surprised that but I obviously
kept it on the low.
It's a difficult disease that nobody ever wants to have to face, and I understand not wanting to like live that out in public and still wanting to carry on your life and still do work.
Yeah, he didn't want that pity or that sympathy, I should say. You know, he wanted to be treated as a regular person, no matter as anybody else would. You know, like from dignity. Stories I hear. Whoever does have cancer, they never want to be treated differently or treated like a child, as you should say, you know, like, oh, well, yeah, we know you're sick, but don't treat me this way. You know, they want to be treated like if I wasn't sick. That's the way I want to be treated.
So since 2008, he was in The Express, The Ernie Davis Story, The Kill Hole, 42, Draft Day, Get On Up, Gods of Egypt, Captain America Civil War, Message from the King, Marshall, about the Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, 21 Bridges, and The Five Bloods. And he has one more movie coming out called Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
And was it recorded already?
Yeah, it's already in post-production, so he has one more film role left before.
That freaking even makes it even sadder, bro.
Makes it even sadder.
But at least I hope that money just goes towards his family. Which I wouldn't doubt, but
so I'm gonna ask you guys, what do you think his best role was, or your favorite movie, or both? We'll start. What would you say is your favorite Chadwick Boseman movie and role?
I think his best. What would he do his best job at? It's probably between Black Panther and Get On Up, playing James Brown. Which one was better? It's a tough one.
That's a tough one for you.
Yeah, because I thought he did a really good job on Get On Up. Yeah, I'll probably say Get On Up.
You would say Get On Up?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Do you think he tapped into like James Brown? Like he really got this, like, do you think because I haven't seen that movie yet, but everybody I've talked to said he really captured the spirit of James Brown, or he like did a good job of.
That I know of James Brown, yeah. I mean, it was just a well done movie.
Okay. What about you?
All right, so yeah, if I were to go portrayal, I would have said Get On Up. I think that's the best portrayal, and especially because it's based on a true story, you know? So that's why when it comes to films like that, I want it to be like, obviously it's not going to be a reflection in the mirror, you know, but similar to it, you know, 75, 80%. I felt like he pulled that off. But if you want to go like his best movie, I think I would go Black Panther, for sure.
Black Panther?
Without a doubt. Yeah, Black Panther. I think that's what put him 42, Jackie Robinson, that was already a great movie. I think another based on a true story, you know, live action film. But I think what put him on the map was more Black Panther, and I think that was one of his better films, best films.
That made
compared
him
to me,
like a superstar.
Yeah, basically, it's Black Panther is the most financially successful superhero movie of the past 5 years.
Yep.
So that's gonna put a big...
That's what I'm saying, and that's where I go back to. I think it had a lot to do with the African American or just the Black community, where like they finally saw a superhero that was actually, like you say, not anti-hero, and someone they could identify with, you know, and like
positive role model.
And not like every one of us growing up, you know, little kids, we wanted to be a superhero, but just imagine that aspect where like you finally see a Black legit superhero. A
superhero that looks like you.
Exactly. So I felt like that's what had a lot to do with it. But all out, that's what makes it even sadder, bro. He had an impact, as I should say. He had an impact to the people out there.
For me, it's between 42 and Black Panther. That's a really tough toss up for his best portrayal and his best movie. I think they're both pretty close in terms of quality. I thought he was a good superhero, he was a great front man. And I really liked 42 a lot. I thought it was an interesting movie. And I'm not usually a big fan of like biography films and movies that I kind of get iffy about. Mm-hmm. So if I like one, I usually have to be really impressed by one to enjoy the one that way I did. And I'd also have to throw in, just from this year, because I liked it a lot, I really liked The Five Bloods. I know his role was small in it. But I need to rewatch it. I know it's going to be a lot different when I see his character now and the way that he's just remembered basically as a ghost. So I feel like that one in particular is why it's
crazy how you were saying that he was playing a ghost, but now he really is. If you think about it,
probably to get streamed a lot.
Yeah. So
and probably
Black Panther
on Disney. Huh?
So Black Panther, I guarantee, like tonight, one of our
everybody
men behind that said that Black Panther is gonna set some records tonight on Disney Plus, and I imagine The Five Bloods is also going to go
the news gets out
on
right?
Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think
the news is already out, bro. The news.
I didn't find out. He told me when I got here.
That's true.
Like
I
was watching the news.
Well, my first reaction was that it was a hoax.
Media.
My first reaction was that it was a hoax. It's the same type of reaction that I had when I heard about Kobe. And then you look, and then you dip, like, because you see it from one news source, and then you keep looking, and then you see, the Washington Post and Variety are reporting this. It's not. It's official.
Yeah, it's not until you see that main media post where you're like,
not your friend on Twitter.
Okay, like is this a joke? Like nah, like this is a fucked up joke. If it's like, if it's a real joke, but like when you really do see all these, like you said, the Washington Post or the New York Times and the Daily News or LA, it's like, okay, well, this is real. Yeah, it's the same way I felt with Kobe, but I think Kobe was more deeper, but. It's kind of had that same aspect where like I still don't even believe it, bro. Like I just can't. I can't.
What do you think Disney and Marvel are gonna do moving forward with regards to that? Because with the MCU, they're big. I would say like their bread and butter for a while was like Captain America, Iron Man, and and Thor. They're really banking off of those superheroes. Captain America and Iron Man are out, and Thor, Chris Hemsworth, is also on his way out. So they had to start bringing on Spider-Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, these like newer superheroes. So what are they going to do going forward? Because they lost basically one of their big stars for the MCU, one of the biggest assets that they had.
I think that's what sucks about it, because I ain't gonna lie, moving forward in the MCU, besides Tom Holland, Spider-Man, I think Black Panther was gonna be the next major face in the MCU moving forward. Besides Captain Marvel, you know what I'm saying?
I really picture
as a male actor,
a series of successful films like the Captain America series. That's what I thought. Panther, for Black Panther, I'm pretty sure that's what was in store.
Yeah,
and it's a shame. It's a damn shame that we're not going to get it. I
can't see a Black Panther 2 happening without him.
Me either. What about you, Rich? I mean, what do you think they could do?
Can they bring back Michael B. Jordan? Figure out a way, but even then, it's like
it'll be too soon though.
It
can't be in a Black Panther film for him to come back as a Black Panther. That's how.
Well, I think if they were to bring him back, they couldn't do a solo film. Like he would have to be in like another.
Avengers. It would have to be a main role where he had to take the throne of that. Where they actually, I could see them maybe coming to him. Like we're like in the beginning, you're bad, but if you're really about Wakanda and about your people. Just don't go expanding all these weapons you want all over the world, to help your own people. But just protect Wakanda.
I mean, I've never read the comic books, but I don't know what the comic books say about Black Panther. Like, was he ever actually like replaced? Like his character, like.
I think there has, but
I mean, there's different.
But there's different versions to it. Yeah, there's different kings and different versions to it.
Was he ever replaced? Like. If there is, maybe they just figure
I just think they
role.
kept using. It's like how would you say it? Like I wouldn't say Batman because there's always different.
You know how like Captain America was replaced by like Bucky Barnes.
Who's it? It's like a Flash, I guess you want to say. I think they're gonna portray it as a Flash, where like, they have different names to the Flash mask, but it's still the Flash.
Yeah,
you get me? So I think like it might do the same thing with the Black Panther moving forward.
That's why I was like, wondering, like did someone else take that role?
Yeah.
I've never read the comic book.
We're gonna
we're gonna have to see. Disney's gonna have to get very creative with this one.
And here's the other thing.
You said like maybe the sister.
Yeah, the sister who's saying it with the dress popping out, the helmet. That would look pretty badass.
That makes sense.
That would look pretty badass.
It makes sense from a storytelling angle. That it's what makes the most sense at the moment, but they're gonna have to pull their heads together and figure out a game plan.
See, and it's crazy how I'm pretty sure Chad he kept it on the low. And I'm pretty sure just his family knew.
Yeah.
But see, this was sucks. Like you said, like, how are they going to move forward? You know, MCU or Marvel, whatever. It's tough. But do you think maybe, just maybe in the contract? No, it was too soon. That contract was signed way before. So never mind. I scratched that out. Because I was going to say, do you think in the contract somehow there was some sort of thing like, if I do get sick or something like that, you guys can't leak it. Because if you do leak it, like, I'll just sue your ass. Or my family will sue your ass.
It's hard to say.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Because like, he did keep it low key, and that's pretty tough nowadays.
Because when he first signed on for Black Panther, the technology
we have,
it was filmed in like 2015. And I assume, obviously, he signed on before that. So that was before he got his... I don't know if that's... Because I don't think...
That's already foreseen too much,
I don't think Disney goes in expecting that...
So they will not hire
that
someone.
Age is just going to die.
When he signed on, what was he, in his late 30s?
Yeah, like, late 30s. Young guy.
Had to be, yeah.
Colon cancer was probably not even cancer.
Well, see, that just makes you realize, like, how fast did that shit really work? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they said he was fighting for 4 years, so...
It's just right after the fact when he came out with Black Panther. So it's around that time frame.
So he probably got the diagnosis like around when that movie was coming out. But didn't mention any of it.
Well, because Panther came out with 18, 17. So he was already done. So he probably got the news around when he was filming. Right?
I'd imagine. Probably around when he was filming.
Because then Endgame and Infinity Wars were filming at the same time.
Very sad. Say rest in power, Chadwick Boseman. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for everything. Your work is going to live on.
Yep.
Moving into different news, this is also comic book movie related. Did you guys get a chance to watch the Batman trailer?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's start. What did you think of it? What did you think of it, Richie?
I liked it.
You liked it?
It was pretty dark. I like the way it went. Like, that's Batman. Yeah. It has to be dark.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like a little bit like the way they were doing the Ben Affleck, like, was it Zack Snyder?
Yeah.
I know he's not the
Before he got cut.
Yeah, like it's dark. And I mean,
this one seems a little like
more like
realistic.
Yeah.
Than what Zack Snyder was going
It felt like it could be like Seven or something like that.
David Fincher vibes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
But with the superhero.
Okay.
I got total David Fincher vibes off of that too. It's obviously it's detective, and from what we know, Paul Dano, the actor, is going to be the Riddler, and he's going to be playing him as a narcissistic serial killer who likes to taunt authority with his letters, which is just like the Zodiac. So the Riddler is actually, if you really think about it, I know we think of him as a character in pop culture who dresses in green, colorful suits, but he's and prances around. But really, he's a killer who taunts cops, like because of his narcissism, because of his belief that he's more intelligent than anybody trying to catch him. That's what I like
about the Riddler.
It looks good. I mean, I'm pretty sure Robert Pattinson's going to do a good job.
Yeah,
people probably didn't like that it was him cast, but.
I think
he's a good actor. Like,
he's an excellent actor. I think he's gonna deliver. Like, I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure that most people who don't like the choice right now are gonna walk out of the movie with a different mindset about it.
That's where I agree with you on that, because I ain't gonna lie, when I think of Robert Pattinson, I still think of Twilight, but I don't judge him off of that. Well, in a way I do, but not because it was bad, but because of how good of an actor he is. You know what I'm saying?
He should have been doing something better.
Like, he should have been doing something better, but it got him in the spotlight. Exactly. So even all the films that he has came out after that, he has range, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He has that range, and he could... I think this is going to be a new challenge. I mean, he's already doing it, but I think he's stepping up to the plate, and I think he might...
I think for people out there who are still skeptical of him as a Batman, my recommendation is go watch Good Time, go watch High Life, and go watch The Lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
After you watch that, you'll probably not be fearing Robert Pattinson's take on Batman anymore. I think.
Which one's the High Life?
High Life is one where it's in space. It's a science fiction movie. It's not like a Star Wars type. It's dark science fiction.
Do you think this will be one of the times where, because it's a superhero film, right? Batman. Do you think, because obviously all the women loved him when he came out as a freaking vampire.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that'll continue on to this Batman where we just get a whole new fan base?
Yeah, I think it might even
when it comes to women or girl.
Let's be honest. Any Batman movie is going to be a big hit, regardless. It's going to make money, but I do think that's going to bring in a little bit more cash. Some girls who might not normally go see a Batman movie, but
so now fan base
in it.
So not a new fan base, but extra cash.
I mean, you never know. I mean, it might bring in a new fan base. They might
for Batman, is what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, shoot. Not as
I came for Pattinson, but I'm leaving for Batman.
And it's a young Batman, right?
Batman. Yeah,
because the guy playing the Riddler is pretty young.
I think that's a good idea, especially since Batman has been changed so many times over the years and pretty fast. So I was like,
too many times.
If you want to stick with one, pick a young actor who would be able to like grow and do the role for a period of time. And Robert Pattinson's still a young guy, so
yeah,
he has years ahead of him with that role. Same for Paul Dano as the Riddler.
Well, like in that trailer when we were watching Things You Might Have Missed, they were saying that maybe Two-Face came out in the trailer.
They suggest that
there was so many freaking, how would you call it, like
Easter eggs,
yeah, little hints and all that. Where it's like,
and he looked really young too. The guy
and
they suggested.
Wasn't talking about the Riddler too. Wasn't there a fan? I did not read into the article, but wasn't there a fan that supposedly deciphered the freaking the Easter egg that supposedly the Riddler was saying on the freaking?
I didn't hear anything about that. It wouldn't surprise me.
More into it.
I'll look into it and I'll bring it up next time.
Somebody that could figure anything out now.
Yeah. Oh, and also, as we can't forget, Colin Farrell as the Penguin in unrecognizable.
Is it a for sure? Remember, we all assume it is him, but
it's probably Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin. I'm pretty. It's I don't see. You like that name, huh?
Yeah,
Oswald Cobblepot.
That shit sounds clean, dude.
Sounds like a rich man.
There's a part of me that kind of feels they could have casted an actor who looks like that and still could have played the role good. But I think what they're just going for is they want whatever Colin Farrell is bringing to the table. They want it. They want that performance, and it seems like they're just willing to work the makeup around.
I feel like when
put a good actor in there.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like when it came to the I know it's not a tryout, but what they call it,
audition.
Yeah, basically a tryout, but the audition, he probably pulled something out of his bag again. Where they just couldn't deny it, where they just said
Danny DeVito again.
They could have used Danny DeVito.
Dude, Danny DeVito. Sure they're bringing Michael Keaton back.
That
to
version
the
does
Flash.
Pop up somewhere again. You walk around in his little fat suit and black goo dripping from his mouth,
or he just pops up like in like a small scene
for his weird sexual comments,
where he's like
he's a perv.
Like Colin Farrell's like the next Penguin, and Danny DeVito's the old Penguin.
Do you remember the scene in Batman Returns where Catwoman is up in Penguin's lair when he's walking up and he sees her there? He goes, just the pussy I've been looking for.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe they said that in the
movies
film,
you guys watching,
bro.
Huh?
That was Batman Returns.
I can't believe they said that in the film. And it's crazy. Anybody younger, not that we're older, but at the time, what were you really thinking like when he said that? Well, okay, well, he just said pussy and shit, right? But the adults were like, okay, well, shit. Now that we're older, it's like, damn, they actually used that in the
they went double
film.
meaning and to use.
No. It was how do you call it? It was
just went over your head.
Maybe.
Unless you're.
I was gonna say something else, but I'm cool.
Unless you're perverted kid. Huh?
I'm cool.
Hey. So there's a lot of movie news. There's another news, and this news is not news I find particularly exciting. So they are going to be rebooting The Exorcist and The Thing. Thoughts?
The Thing. Oh, The Thing.
There's already been a reboot of The Thing, though.
I know, but they're going to do it again.
Well, same with, if you think about The Exorcist, because with Emily Rose and all that, those are reboots.
But they never did the original, though, right? This is going to be the original?
Yeah.
Dude, do you still remember the original actor from the original film? She said after she seen her performance, her performance, she literally threw up, or she couldn't even she got traumatized basically. She couldn't.
Well, that movie traumatized.
It felt real, dude. For the time it was recorded, those graphics or
there was nothing that legit, graphic bro. Or violent.
Not that. I don't mean it in graphic. I mean graphics. Like the we don't have HD. Well, they didn't have HD in those times, you know. So how would you call it? The pixels? The pixels or whatever you want to call it.
Well, they had film, but
it looked. What I'm trying to say, it looked realistic instead of fake for the time that it was filmed in. Is what I'm trying to say the most.
Yeah, I did,
bro. But that when she turned her neck, the actor said. She got traumatized, bro. I need to look up that article, but yeah, she was traumatized, bro. She was traumatized. But what about it? Continue about that. About the freaking
the Exorcist is a worse idea. Just for one, I don't think you're like the Exorcist.
Do you believe in it though?
What?
The exorcism.
I'm not gonna go into all of that.
It was just a yes or no question. It's a quick question, bro.
Maybe. I'll leave with the definitive.
I'll leave it with that then.
We'll just leave it there. But my thing with that is like when The Exorcist came out, it became a really big hit. In fact, if you adjusted the money for inflation for today, it would still be one of the 10 highest grossing movies of all time. I don't think they're gonna replicate that kind of success because when The Exorcist came out, nobody had ever seen stuff like that on the screen before. So there's like a certain kind of shock value in the culture that you're never going to be able to replicate. Like I can understand in the early 70s would have torn, but people have seen too much. There's been so much gore and violence in movies and stuff like that I can't picture an Exorcist remake coming out and having that kind of impact.
And not only that, I just feel like like you said, the time that it came out, you know, excuse me.
No problem.
For the time that it came out, people heard stories or, you know, they've heard experiences about exorcism. So I think when that film came out, like you said, like it just hit people out of nowhere. Like, you know, like quick.
Probably scarier if you have the strong belief in it.
Exactly. That's where I was trying to go to where like, I feel like that's the main point. I think that's why it was a major hit for the time that it came out because people heard stories about it, you know, exorcism. And for it being the original film that came out on that specific topic, I understand why people were intrigued.
Yeah, it was way less information back then.
Yeah,
they have the
that's
internet
true. Yeah,
to check if it's true or false. And
well, even then, I wouldn't trust the internet.
Are you looking forward to an Exorcist reboot?
Not really.
Not really. I don't think so.
Nah, me either. Especially when you've been seeing all these paranormal activity movies, films, and all that too. It's like, okay, so like
we already had The Conjuring. I mean, what are you gonna?
And especially with the new CGI, like, are you guys gonna keep it original? Like, keep it.
And then legit? People are going to be pissed off because The Exorcist had no CGI. And when she's vomiting, that's actual shit that's being spewed out of her mouth. It's all effects and it looks pretty good. They're going to make it look fake because there's no way they're going to spend all that budget on the makeup. They're going to cut corners and people are going to call it out and say, why does the new one look so fake?
I would freaking drink a gang of water. Oh, but then you would have... Well, that's for the technology. As long as the throwing up looks real, you could just change your color afterwards because it'll still look real. Drink a lot of water, take a couple fat hits, till you start coughing.
This is your vomit method.
And then, dude, once you drink that water, they're gonna have a
12-year-old Emily.
Hey, all I'm saying is drink a lot of water, take some fat ribs to the fact where you're just choking, little girl coughing. And then the water you drank is gonna come out, bro.
I think you should make a YouTube video. I mean, how to projectile.
Nah, I haven't tried it.
If you ever want to get out of like a family dinner,
I'm just trying to be crazy.
This has happened before.
You know what? I will film a video and see if it works. But
get back to us.
You guys heard it here first. You freaking what do you call them? The producers that hired the people to go think of ideas. I'm one of those people. Come hire me.
Come hire me.
So the other one is The Thing. So the only thing that gives me some hope for The Thing is that
you bring Kurt Russell back.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would totally sell it. But John Carpenter, the original director, is going to be involved with the project, and he's going to be working with Blumhouse to make sure that it's faithful or like a good version of his story. So that's why I have a little bit more hope for that, since they're going to have the original director like as a creative consultant to make sure that it's a good product. It's still a hard sell for me, but that makes it a little bit better, and I think that's a more interesting move. Not that I would want it remade, but I'd rather see a remake of that than The Exorcist.
Well, the remake that came out, I don't know, not that long ago,
it was a prequel. It was a prequel. Yeah. And they used CGI up the ass in that movie, and it don't look.
Is anyone famous?
If they do make
Mary Elizabeth Winstead,
it better be better than the Scary Movie film when they made fun of it.
Oh, okay. She was like the biggest.
Yeah.
Damn. So there wasn't anyone too big then. Mm-hmm. Maybe
because I ain't gonna lie, even that Scary Movie film was probably better. The exorcism scene was probably better than the other scenes after that.
Scary Movie 2?
Yeah, Scary Movie 2, bro. When the priest goes into the bathroom and then all these flies, he's taking the dump.
When he walks in and he sees her? Yeah. Fuck that. He tries to walk out.
Man.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into something a little bit more lighthearted here. Wanted to know, what for you guys, what is your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
Ooh.
Will Ferrell movie. Let's start with, who wants to go first? R versus R.
R versus R. I'm triple R though. What's up?
You're triple R?
Yeah, Ruben Rivera Ramirez. I almost forgot. Shit.
Wait.
Because I didn't know what last name to use first.
Which one came first?
Nah. I was like, what's on my birth certificate? Nah,
is it?
Ruben Rivera Ramirez.
Is it on your birth certificate?
It is on my birth certificate.
I'm just saying, because
do I have my social on me? No, I don't.
I could add my mom's last name too.
So we'll start with you. What would you say?
But it's not on my birth certificate.
But I'm still triple R.
What's your favorite Will Ferrell flick?
I'll go with Anchorman.
Anchorman?
Yeah.
The Legend of Ron Burgundy?
The first one, of course.
Not the sequel?
Nah, forget the sequel.
The sequel is a bona fide classic, bro. I'm just kidding.
The first one's a classic.
Yeah, I know.
That movie was just from beginning to end was hilarious.
Do you guys remember him in Austin Powers?
Yeah, when he falls on the hill and
he's
talking, I'm not dead.
In The Spy Who Shagged Me. And I think
I actually caught that the other night. Dude.
He goes, I'm going to try to get up now. Oh, I broke my leg. He can't get up.
And they do that 3-question rule. Do I have to ask you 3 times? And he doesn't answer the 3rd time. He says, technically, you broke the rules because you asked me. Then you asked me, do I have to ask you again? So that starts off a new round of questions. And he was in the original one.
I think that was probably like his first movie. Huh?
That's the OG. Nah, I don't think
yeah, it is.
So. Wait, was it?
He was Austin on SNL.
Because he was on Saturday Night Live before.
Oh, all right, yeah. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking of SNL.
I think, wasn't he the one who's about to get run over and he's like screaming and it's like so far away?
No, that was just a random dude.
Oh, that was just a random dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to rewatch that.
I think that was part 2,
dude,
too. I think that was...
that might have been part 2. I'm trying to remember which part.
Austin Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me.
The first one is International Man of Mystery.
So the Spy Who Shagged Me.
The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Gold Member.
Yeah.
I know.
Gold Member was probably my favorite, though, to be honest.
I don't think
even though he's not in. No, I'm just saying the Austin Powers movie.
They were all funny.
That's a whole different topic. But I would have to go
Talladega Nights.
Ricky
Bobby. If you ain't first or last.
Are you?
That's my motto.
Are you like?
Right?
Are you a racing fan?
Oh, I'm a racer no matter what. I'm a racer in life.
You don't have to be a racing fan to like that.
I remember in 6th grade, the timetables. What's up?
I mean,
I'm a racer, bro.
You got them all wrong, but you finished first.
Nah, baby. I was talking about the ones, bro. That was easy.
Oh, the ones.
You just gotta match the 1 with the 2, the 2 with the 3, the 1 with the 3, the 1 with the 4.
Whatever it's timed by, it's that number.
I'm just kidding. But I'm a racer, bro. Without a doubt, I'm a racer.
So that makes sense.
Chevy runs deep, I'm a Chevy man over here.
So I'm going to do something unconventional. Just for the sake of keeping this in the Will Ferrell spirit, I'll say Step Brothers for now.
But
because he's funny, but I'm going to go with his best movie, A Stranger Than Fiction.
Ooh.
No.
Have you seen that movie?
Damn, I actually haven't saw that in years.
Dustin Hoffman and Queen Latifah.
Yes.
Emma Thompson, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Is that the one
where he hears like voices?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of, have you seen Everything Must Go?
Dude, I completely forgot about that from until you brought it up.
Stranger Than Fiction is a comedy, but it's more serious than his usual. The concept of it is there's an author who is writing a story out where somebody has to die in the end, but what she's writing is actually reality. And the person Will Ferrell plays hears these her writings as if they were his thoughts, and it's basically dooming.
Is it a British woman?
Yeah, and it's basically doom. Yep, of course it has to be. It's basically dooming his life to just be whatever she writes or whatever she intends to be, and he finds out that she intends to kill him off at the end of the novel, and it's basically him trying to talk her out, but she's saying, but it's going to make a better book. It's going to make a better book. He's like, this is my life. Good movie.
I remember hearing about it, but I haven't watched it.
It's been
so long.
I like it because I think it's a pretty original concept. It's a lot different. It's still pretty funny, but there's a lot of interesting ideas in there. It's good actors. I liked that. I thought it was an excellent movie.
I thought you were going to go with Bewitched.
No. No.
You go with Alf.
Alf is a good movie.
Alf was funny.
That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. What else?
Who's a tall ass elf? Tell you that much.
The other guys, Megamind, The Campaign,
the other guys,
Get Hard, Daddy's Home,
Zoolander
2.
He did come out in Zoolander, dude.
Zoolander 2001.
Old school.
Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
Yo, that's an OG
Mr.
film
Roboto
right there.
Or something, right?
I think so.
Something like that.
He was the one who hypnotized that fool.
Mm-hmm.
But he's hilarious in Step Brothers, though.
So if it wasn't, what is it, Stranger Fiction or Stranger Than Fiction?
If it wasn't Stranger Than Fiction, if I were to go with a straight comedy, like what people think of more of a Will Ferrell style movie, it would be Step Brothers. But if I think what his best movie is, I would say Stranger Than
I
Fiction.
feel you on that aspect, because if you want to go more raw Will Ferrell, it would be Step Brothers, because I think that's one of his most rawest films for both actors, funny. For both of the actors in that film. Hey, could I ask you a question? It was his brother though, not Will Ferrell. Did you really put your balls on my drum set?
Oh, that was disgusting.
And then he's like, and he still even lies to him. No, I never.
Then why are you sweating so much? I was watching Cops.
All right, so we're actually going to be coming to a close. Before we go, do you have any recs for the week?
Ooh, Richie's recs. I remember that.
Well, I thought we were going to be talking about Drive versus Baby Driver, and Drive is on Netflix, so.
Well, we'll talk about that next week. We're running short of time right now. So Drive,
or we're talking Robert Pattinson. Good Time.
Good Time
is on Netflix.
I think it was on Amazon. A couple of those A24 movies.
Yeah, they do put them on Amazon too.
Amazon and Netflix.
Yeah, sometimes
I want to say more people have Netflix. So.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't got Netflix, then check it out on Amazon. And
you guys check out Uncut Gems, because it was done by the same the brothers,
the Safdie brothers.
Safdie
Damn, for real, huh? Shit, that was
a good one. Movie,
Uncut
right?
Gems.
You know, I noticed with both of those movies that the Safdie brothers did, they took when they made Good Time, Robert Pattinson, it was a little before he was starting to be taken really seriously as an actor. Like, he still had that Twilight stigma, and they kind of turned it out, and they used Adam Sandler, who you associate with, Happy Madison, and then complete. I wonder who their next project is going to be. It seems like they want to pick lead actors that are unconventional and show you a side of them that you're not used to seeing. So who else could they do? Damn. Who are they going to surprise us with?
Are they going to go with another comedian actor?
I don't know.
Or a child actor that's
a toughie.
Watch, they're going to make Zac Efron a gritty action star.
Nah, I don't think he's even.
I don't know about action star, but he could do good drama.
Yeah, probably.
Or they go Tom Holland, because right now Tom Holland's
thinking about Tom Holland is on.
It's been basically a superhero. So. I know he's doing Uncharted, but that's still an action movie.
Uncharted?
Yeah, he has a new film coming out. No, is that one it?
I feel like I've seen him in something else coming out.
Yeah, he's coming out a new film. I'm just not sure what it is though.
What?
But hey,
yeah, he's coming. You know what? He's coming out in I don't know if it's Netflix or Hulu or Amazon with Robert Pattinson and Sebastian Stan.
Oh, Sebastian Stan.
Has to do with like
Tom Holland
post World War II.
I'm gonna look that up right now because from what I've heard, it looks like a pretty good movie. Actually, everything that I've seen from it looks really good.
I'm not sure if it's a Netflix movie.
It is a Netflix movie.
Okay.
It is a Netflix
So there
movie.
is a serious role right there.
Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson.
Those Brits.
Those damn Brits taking all our roles.
Taking the Americans' jobs.
And then doing it better than us.
It's all good. And Trump's over here complaining about bringing back those jobs from China and shit. Man, what the fuck out of here.
So it's called The Devil All the Time. I like that title. The Devil All the Time. A young man is devoted to protecting his loved ones in a town full of corruption.
And he's the main actor too, right?
Characters.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Tom Holland's gonna kill that role, bro.
Robert Pattinson, Bill Skarsgård, Sebastian Stan. Mia Wasikowski.
Dude, that's a sick ass lineup. I
think this is gonna be a good movie.
Damn.
Wasikowski.
I don't even know how it's gonna come. I mean, the outcome is gonna be because with that lineup, they gotta give everybody their scenes.
They got too many big actors.
Too many big actors in that.
I think Skarsgård and Tom Holland are like the biggest roles.
Yeah, Tom Holland's gonna be the major one.
I understand Robert Pattinson's role is actually smaller than theirs, but he's still getting second billing just because of the name
or something.
Yeah, he's a priest because of the name. I'm sure it's gonna be a weird character. So before we go, I just want to let you know, now you guys all know we here at Higher Passion Entertainment offer you so many different podcasts to get you going. But if you ever wondered how we produce these shows so fast and with dope quality, we work with our friends at Productive Culture. Productive Culture offers full service recording, mixing, mastering, and podcast production. All of it. If you guys want to get your podcast going, just hit them up. Go to productiveculture.com/podcast and tell them Higher Passion Entertainment sent you. You'll get a discount on your first episode if you do this. Plus, your referral helps us out, so don't forget to go to productiveculture.com/podcast and let them know that Higher Passion sent you.
Let them know, James. Let them know.
This guy's good.
Yep. Productive Culture. Shout out once again. So we also have a lot of other podcasts if you're interested in checking out under the Higher Passion Entertainment brand. We got the Sports Dogs podcast with Richie right here. We got the Heroes and Mutants podcast, which Ruben is also on with me. It's about comic book media.
Yep.
We also have the Four Balls podcast, which is an extension of Sports Dogs, but it's all about
nothing but baseball.
Nothing but baseball. We got the Quick Scope podcast if movies are more your thing. And if you're into music, you like rap, hip hop, and R&B, check out the Rap Beats and Melodies podcast.
Quick Scope is more about games, though.
Quick Scope is gamers. Didn't I say that?
You said movies.
I did.
Movies.
But you good, though. Don't
okay,
even worry
I
about
meant
it,
to say gamers. Just let the audience know. Complete slip up.
Yeah. You good,
Nobody's
though.
perfect.
You good.
It's okay.
All right. Appreciate everybody listening.
All right. Till next week, folks.
Thank y'all.
All right.